Hey everybody, Adrian Morrison here with our second Profit Power Hour All-Star student. He's killing it in e-commerce. His name is PJ Zafra. I hope I pronounced it all correctly. He's been a student of mine for a very, very long time. PJ, what's up? How are you, man?
I'm doing great, Adrian. Thanks for having me. It's definitely an honor. My dad's here as well. He's my business partner. We do e-commerce together.
What's up? Yeah, I know. It's been cool watching you both work together, and maybe something we'll talk a little bit about on this interview is how you got started. I know you got started with your dad, but for those of you that are watching right now, PJ is absolutely killing it, and he gets no special, opportunity that anybody else out there in the world, doesn't get. He just went through a training. He started crushing it, and he was consistent and persistent, and now he's making some serious bank with his father. PJ, what is your e-commerce store up to right now? Like, what is your what's your best month?
Best month was last month, actually. We hit like 128,500 around there.
$128,000. So listen, if you're watching this right now, I mean, this kid's making, him and his dad both making $128,000 a month. That's revenue. Obviously, that's not all profit. It's important to be honest with that. But the point is he wouldn't be letting it go that big if there wasn't a decent bit of profit in there. And I personally just took a look at some of his ads, and I can see the return on investment from his ad spend is upwards of 400% return on investment. Freaking crazy. Listen, PJ, before we get started, can you just tell everybody that's watching this, I mean, these might be my advanced students, they might be people who have no freaking clue who I am and what my trainings are at Ecom Success Academy and Profit Power Hour. How did you and your dad find me and get started with e-commerce? Like, what made you say, I want to do e-commerce, and Adrian is one of the guys I want to follow to learn from?
Yeah, well, I actually started online marketing back in 2011, and I was doing affiliate marketing. And it's a lot harder to sponsor people than to sell like products online. So the moment I saw your presentation, which was shared by Ty Lopez, the 20K a day ebook and all that, I went through every single part of it, and I just saw my future there. I was inspired by it, and I was like really driven to make it happen. So the moment I got the course, I actually had the job at that time. I was working 8 to 5, and then going through the course from like 6 to like 3 in the morning, just learning and implementing at the same time. And it's been quite the journey. So it's amazing though. I love it. It's definitely one of the best. It's the best choice I've made so far.
Cool. So, you had a full-time job, and you decided to obviously now quit that job. And am I right? You quit the job, yes?
Yeah, I actually left that job like September of last year. So
okay, perfect. So you quit the job, you decided to pursue entrepreneurship, and now it's obviously it's really paying off for you. You met me through Ty Lopez, who's a good friend, and promotes my products and everything. And you're just one of the few, or not one of the few, but one of the many success students that we've had. Now you're doing 6-figure months. I got to ask you, when you first started out, it wasn't all like just like boom, boom, boom. Now I'm making $100,000 a month. I mean, I watched you from the very beginning, and you had some mistakes, and you had some Facebook marketing ads that maybe didn't pan out and do well. So, what was the struggle, and how did you get past it? Like, what was your motivator to not give up? Because we all, push out a Facebook ad or two that doesn't work, and we maybe lose, $100 or whatever it may be. And so many people say, oh, I knew this didn't work. I knew this stuff wasn't, real, and it wasn't really going to change my life. And all this other stuff out there is so fake. So what makes you different? What was it that pushed you and your dad to say, I'm going to continue doing this because I know when I find one big winner, it's really going to pay off like it is right now?
Yeah, well, in my case, two people, you know, you and my dad. You guys were always inspiring, always, especially you, the weekly Profit Power Hours, I was always on that, always learning, always implementing. And one thing I learned is, looking back, a big factor of my success really was my mindset. Like back then I was scared of losing money. And then right now, the way I see it is, when I lose money, like, I gain data, I learned something. And, you know, at the end of the day, I still got an email list, and my pixels learning, you know, there's a lot more gain than what you actually lost, the way, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that. A couple of things I take from that is, number one is, you said that you used to be scared of losing money, and it sounds like you finally figured out that you're actually losing money by not investing money. You're losing potential income. You're losing potential six-figure months, right? So all these other people that are out there that are scared to invest in their business, invest in their education, entrepreneurship's an investment all around, you know, and it's a risk reward.
Yeah.
I think what they don't understand is that they're actually losing so much more by not risking just a little bit to get started, and test out some ads. And for those of you watching that don't have an e-commerce store yet, we use the Shopify platform. So Shopify is such an amazing platform. I'll put a link to Shopify under this video, and they make it so easy for us, but they also build our email list. So while PJ is generating traffic to his website, to his Shopify e-commerce store, and he's selling little drop ship products from AliExpress, as people are coming and they're buying products, or they're just visiting his website, they're also subscribing to his email list. So he's been able to build a hefty email list, and now whenever he wants to make some extra money, all he has to do is send an email to all of his previous customers, and he can generate some instant revenue. So tell us a little bit about how e-commerce and Shopify now, opposed to, let's just say, 5 years ago, how you believe it's different, and how it makes it easy for people that maybe aren't tech savvy, that don't know too much about it, to really get started.
I honestly think that Shopify and e-commerce is just going to get better each and every day. Like, it's just evolving, and obviously they're like optimizing the platform, making it more user friendly so that more people can enjoy and use it. So they're just an amazing company. Like, I've worked with other platforms before, and this is definitely a lot easier than all the other stuff I've tested before.
Yeah, I mean, I got to say, y'all didn't, if you're watching this video, I spent like 15 minutes trying to figure out how to put up a Google Hangout and couldn't figure it out. Yet I run a multi-million-dollar e-commerce store. And, you know, PJ is doing six figures a month with his dad right now, because when you have access not only to education, but the tools that make things easy for you, like Shopify, it really can help take a novice to that next level. You don't have to be tech savvy to do this stuff. Now, you have to think, and you have to, you can't just shoot from the hip. PJ, invests in himself, and so does his dad. And they get on my weekly trainings. He's our all-star student of the month. That's completely random, but as long as you're generating sales, you get the chance to become an all-star student of the month, and you win a bunch of free stuff. And we did a Skype phone session a minute ago. We went over his ads. I think that was, going to be very valuable for PJ moving forward. What do you plan on? How about this? What do you see in your future? Because I can imagine when you had that job a year ago, you thought your future might be much different. Now you're running a store that inevitably will become a multi-million-dollar store at the pace you're moving at right now.
Yeah.
How is life different now than it was when it was average?
Well, I guess I'm losing less hair right now.
You're losing less hair. I'm with you, man. Don't let this hair fool you. I got that hairline going back.
Yeah, life is a lot sweeter right now. Like, honestly, for August, like my goal was to hit 50,000 in sales, and we hit 128. So it's amazing. And I just want to keep growing, keep at it. Like, I feel that I have the mindset and the information and the strategies to really make it happen. It's like anyone that's having a tough time right now, it's really just your mindset, because you have all the information at the tip of your hands right now. It's just up to you to implement, execute, and you can't do it half-heartedly. You have to be all in and just do it. That's really
Good
it.
advice. Good advice. Just one or two more questions. I guess the next thing would be, does it feel good to wake up every day and just open up your laptop anywhere in the world and be able to just check and see how much money you're making, work with your dad, not have to worry about waking up and getting in traffic or having a boss? I mean, this is a preferred lifestyle over, the status quo around the world. Would you agree?
Definitely. I'm excited to start traveling. We actually had one tripper at the end. It's actually kind of funny because when me and my family are out, it seems that we hit records in sales.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
It's cool
so
that you went with your fam.
yeah, we went to Santa Barbara last month, and so far our best record in sales was 7,500 in one day. So that was really exciting.
$7,500 in a single day. So many people around America, around the world, man, their life would change if they made that in a month, right?
Yeah.
So many people are making like 20 grand a year, right? You're doing 120K a month in sales. Absolutely mind blowing. Last question, and then I'll let you kind of leave our viewers with some final words. And I think this is an important question. Do you think that if you didn't have mentors, if you didn't invest in education, if you didn't, it doesn't necessarily have to be my stuff, but you did go through Ecom Success Academy, you do get on my webinars, you do follow other mentors like Pi, do you think that you would have been able to find the right path as quickly and as smoothly by yourself? Or would you say that you definitely feel like it has played a massive role in your success, and not just your success, but your motivation, your inspiration, and all that good stuff? Because so many people always have this mentality of, I'm just going to do it myself. Like, I'll figure it out on my own. And then there's people like you that say, why the heck would I figure it out on my own? I've got these people that are willing to mentor out there. They've put together, trainings that show me how not to screw up. And you went through and did it, and you inevitably had success. So what do you think? I mean, for somebody watching this right now, what would you tell them?
Well, honestly, the way I see it, success leaves clues. So obviously following someone successful is the smarter way to do it. It's cheaper because you're going to avoid a lot of mistakes at the same time. And, it's a lot easier, less headaches to follow someone who knows what they're talking about than starting from scratch, not knowing what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I did, right?
Yeah.
So it definitely always helps to success leave clues. It helps to go pick those clues up little by little and implement them in your business. So if you're watching this right now, listen, the students that you're going to see on this series, they're people that invested in training. They're people that invested their time in showing up to webinars. My webinars are free, right? That you get on every week. I don't charge for them. I don't come on and try to sell something every week. It's just meat and potatoes webinars. They're there every week. PJ and his dad, they are there. And that's why they're getting results. They are investing their time. They're investing their money and advertising. And, it's huge. It's life-changing. So to anybody watching this video, I'm going to let you leave them some last words. Is there any piece of advice that you would give them? Like what niches, maybe you don't have to say what niches if you don't want to, but maybe what niches to start off with, or, a Facebook strategy that you might recommend to them, or just something that you do for daily motivation when things are going tough. Because it's easy to be motivated when everything's going right, but when you try something and it fails, I always say you never win or lose, you win or you learn, right? Yeah. Any piece of advice that you can leave them with that they can maybe implement in their business and their life to get started?
Yeah, definitely. Well, honestly, like what I do is pretty much just everything that ESA taught. Like that's when my breakthrough happened, because there's a lot of noise in the industry, and you have to learn to listen to the people who actually know what they're talking about, to the people who are actually creating results. So, I dug a pretty deep hole for myself, because I was listening to all these people like, this doesn't work anymore, that doesn't work anymore. So like I just followed ESA, $5 per day. I'm running more video ads right now, but definitely gonna test out other ad formats, just like Adrian recommended, and just keep testing products. Like right now, I'm launching like 2 to 5 products per day. Just the law of averages start, working once you start putting out more work, and the luckier, the more luck you get, the more work you do, pretty much.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree. Test as many products as you can. Listen to people that know, and not just know, but that practice what they teach.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And listen, learn, and apply. Don't just, listen and learn. You've got to apply it, and you got to take massive action.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Well, hey, thanks so much for coming on this interview with us on YouTube, and congrats on being a PPH All-Star student. You've got a free VIP ticket to Build Sim Profit Live. Hey again, Dad. And both of y'all are going to be coming to our event completely free. You also got the Skype call with me, this interview, and I know you're going to continue to grow your business together. I think it's so cool that y'all do it as a family. You take trips together. I'm very much into my family, and me and my brother and my sister, my mom and my dad, we all do this stuff together. I think it's an amazing thing that we can all.
Family business for us, because my mom does product research and my 16-year-old brother is handling all of my social media.
That's awesome. That is so cool. Well, it reminds me a lot of my family. So kudos to y'all. And as I always say, #crush it, which y'all are certainly doing right now. Wish you all a ton of success. And maybe in the future, we'll have you back on for a progress update. So everybody, thanks for watching this interview. If you liked the interview and if you enjoyed hearing their story, comment below and let us know your thoughts. I look forward to reading the comments. That's it.